Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Longboard Bros 1975. Using girls on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Longboard Bros 1975.
Hey YouTube, Longboys Post 1975 and welcome to the Wednesday vlog. I'm doing another Wednesday vlog, which is of course I am, which is a driving vlog. Now, this might sound a little bit weird. It's probably a bad idea because I'm going to have to concentrate ever so slightly more than I normally do, because I gave a lift home from work because he was knackered, and he lives on the other side of town. So I'm not in my local burbs, if that makes sense. But hey, I'm off for a few days, and you know what? Why not? Let's be nice. The world's a shitty place, let's all be nice. Anyway, now this is by no means a new topic as such. I've never directly done a whole vlog on it. I have touched upon it in other areas because it's part and parcel of, I don't know, fanboyism, and not just fanboyism, brand loyalty, gamers, gaming in general, and maybe it's me, but it gets on my tits. It's not, you know, it's not going to ruin my day, it's not a life changer, but we're adults, people, so why does this constantly happen? You can go through, you've read the title, which is, there's no better system, it's what's the better system for you, or there's no, you know, more powerful system. Well, there is, but that doesn't really play into what makes a system better than another system. But so you see it in feeds on Facebook all the time, and people going on about exclusives and grunt horsepower and this and that, and the new, you know, Xbox One X is coming up, and you've got the PlayStation 4 with craps all over the Xbox One, which was crapped on by the PlayStation 4 and stuff like that. and it came up tonight with one of my buddies at work who was saying, like, you know, when it's, because you know, you got a YouTube channel, what modern system do you have? And I went, oh, I have an Xbox One. Well, why do you have that and not PlayStation 1? PlayStation 4, you know, it's got better exclusives, it's got more power, you know, it's got better installation time, and I'll give him that one. That's probably a reason I should have thought of. Well, actually, no, that doesn't really venture into it. You know, and it's like, well, because that's the system I wanted. He goes, but like I said, the other one is just hands down a better system. And I went, no, it's not. He goes, but it is. And I went, yeah, on paper it is, but in the real world, paper counts fuck all, doesn't it? It's, see, there's types of people, isn't there? There's people like me, which, you know, will only have one modern is 3 years old system. I mean, hell, I went with the Wii U, and that, you know, only got 5 years, so, which you could argue with the current systems is even less because they've got these 0.5 generation, but never mind, that's not the point, mate. So I had to go with an Xbox One or go with a new system because I wanted to play current gen games, and felt a little bit let down by Nintendo, but that's in previous vlogs, so we can ignore that. But it was, you know, you've only got, you know, a few exclusives, and technically you've got no exclusives on the Xbox One because you can have them on the PC, and on the PC, you know, you can excuse me, you get everything you can have anyway, you know, entertainment center wise, and far more. And, well, yeah, but I just wanted an Xbox One, and the exclusives, the few exclusives that are on there, such as, you know, the Forza series and stuff like that, and Halo, while you can play them on the PC, that's what I want, you know. People don't seem to stop and think that of all the exclusives that are on the PlayStation 4, you know, maybe, and I'm not saying they're rubbish or anything like that, they're not for me. I've never, you know, been a fan of the series, like Uncharted and stuff like that. That's, you know, one of the reasons when I opted over to an Xbox One was because, you know, as few exclusives as there are on it, the exclusives on the PlayStation 4, I've never played them on the PlayStation 3, you know, so I'm not going to buy a system for them if I don't like them, because, well, I won't enjoy them. And also the other thing I think people seem to factor into it, forget to factor into it, which is, hang on, go this way, is, you know, price. My Xbox One was simply because, and I mentioned it in the pickup video, it's a cash converters one in a different part of the country where they're unbelievably cheap compared to what they are in my part of the country. Let's go this way, under the Scary Bridge, I believe. used to work around here when I was a kid. That's why it's called the Scary Bridge. Anyway, so it suited me. You know, shipping from my friend Xandro helped me out with it. You know, it was what, 119 or something. They're like 169 in my cash converters, and that's what I consider an acceptable price. PlayStation 4s in my neck of the woods, and in that neck of the woods, weren't anywhere near that. And I'm not a massively wealthy bloke. You know, I run a car and stuff like that, and you know, I got bills, overheads, you know, things to take care of. So that suited me. So that's another reason I opted for it. Again, is it the best, the better system? No, but these are all things that made it the better system for me, or the more accessible system. You know, and then you've got something else, which is I like the online on it. I've never liked, and I have seen it on PlayStation 4. And for all you people who like it, you know, great, and taste is subjective and stuff like that. But I like the online. I've always liked Xbox Live Online. I've always found it really intuitive and just a nice place to be. Better, more reliable service. I'm sure I've started a shitstorm with that. But yeah, so that's, you know, another reason I went with it was because of that. Let's see if any of you actually know your right of way. You didn't. So again, I know I keep going back to it, but that's the point, and that's why, you know, when I was talking about it so on tonight, and I've talked about it in threads before, which is, you know, is it the best system? No. But it is for me. So it's not a question of which is the more powerful, which is the better system. Which is a question of everything that's factored into it: price, community, online, exclusive, which works for you. And I think, I don't know, I think people seem to just look at stuff in black and white and on paper and forget that it isn't, you know, all boxes ticked in numbers and stuff like that. It is what suits the individual, what suits the player. Because hey, if every single player was, you know, exactly the same, going back to, you know, the early days, we all would have just had a bloody Mega Drive, wouldn't we? When the easy there 4x4 guy, and when obviously the Super Nintendo came out with the SNES, we wouldn't have updated, you know. And then that's the same thing, that was the more powerful system, but plenty of people stuck with the Mega Drive, and it still carried on outselling the Super Nintendo for years. So yeah, part and parcel, there is a whole bunch of reasons that make a system better. Power doesn't factor into that. It's what suits the individual's needs and what suits the individual's taste. And I think a lot of time, particularly with fanboys, and I've never understood this brand loyalty, which is, you think a company gives a shit that you buy every system they've ever made? There's no such thing as brand loyalty. I mean, fuck me, you've only got to look at Apple. Hang on, go on then, dude. It's your time. I've never understood this, by the way, people. Let people out. Let people out. You know, it keeps the roads moving. It's good for everyone. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So, you know, I never understood this brand loyalty and stuff like that. Whoop-de-doo. You think they actually give a shit? They recognise you as an individual? Bullshit. The only thing they like is your cold hard cash. So, you know, when people, like, the next time you look at your mate and go, oh, I've got a PlayStation 4, have fun with your Xbox One. Instead of doing that, why don't you stop for a second and think, I wonder why he bought that. So anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think. You know, is it a question of, no, I have to have the most powerful machine? I don't care about, you know, what it costs or stuff like that. I don't care about, you know, exclusives or what, you know, what I'm going to play. It out and out has to be the most fucking speed camera. Sorry, has to be the most powerful machine. I have to know I've got the better machine than, you know, everyone else. Or are you like me? The reason your machine is the best at the time is not necessarily because of, what are you people doing? Brute horsepower. It's what suits you, the individual, as, you know, for your entertainment hub, for being online, or just as a games player. Anyway, might seem a little bit out there, but basically it was these things when I don't know, I just get tired of having to explain to people why my system choice is my system choice, you know? Anyway, as always, love to know what you think, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.